Yeah, record that. Where's your fucking video? No. No. Settings. Dummy. Dummy. Hey, dummy. I'm allowing it. I allow that. Oh yeah. I gotta allow this. Allow that. Duh. Yeah, go out. Go out. See, zooming in, that doesn't do any good for us. Ruled by Chrome. Okay, you ready? Can you hear me? Okay. Wow, we're really looking good here. We're just really in. We're really into this now. Look at that. Look at all that. Like, makes us totally white. Hey, Whitey, you follow Whitey's rules? Oh, we're recording already? We're recording? Oh, hey. How you doing, everybody? We don't know what we're going to talk about today, but we're going to talk about something interesting. Now, we're not live. We tried to do the live thing, and we were just over there, right? And we were trying to figure out things. They just started this encoder bullcrap. And the encoder is so that you... Whoa, that light is so intense. This encoder thing means you have to download it, install the software, you got to register for it. And you know something? Last week it wasn't like that. So YouTube just keeps changing the stuff non-stop. I can't even keep up with it. And oh, well, you know, that's how YouTube is. What have we been eating? This is not a promotion for this. This is unpaid advertisement. It's Joseph Farms. Joseph has a personal connection to me. Not every Joseph, but the most famous Joseph. And we also talking about the bread. Sprouted bread, California style. This is, I can't even remember. It's Alvarado Street Bakery. Have a little bit of that on the bread and stuff, but no, I'm not going to advertise this juice because it's probably GMO or something strange or crazy. What do you want to talk about? Just what I want to talk about? What do you think the people want to talk about? They want to talk about... There's a hurricane. Just all news. Like what's today. What's fashionable right now. Sports. I can talk about sports. Move over to the camera here. Move this over here. The World Series is coming up, and I heard that the Mets just got in there. The Mets are finished with their series. They had a playoff with... I'm sorry, I have to adjust this on. I know it's probably making me dizzy. They had a series against the Cubs, so they played Chicago, and I guess they swept, you know, which means that the other team didn't manage to win anything, and so they got out of there in 4 games. Who are they playing? If you want to let me know, put a comment. I do not know at this point who they're playing, and it's Friday going into the weekend. By the way, for all you out there that obey Yahweh's rules, Cubs, I think. Yeah, they're playing the Cubs, but I mean, they beat them now. Who are they playing in the World Series? The American League. They still call it those leagues, don't they? I know that the American football thing and National Football, they've been changing their names and stuff around. I don't follow the politics behind it. I know there's a lot of fans out there of sports. That's why we're just touching on this. I'm a sports fan, but only as a participant. So I just want to be clear about that. I don't like to sit around watching. I'll do it, you know, if it means that there will be some action later on. But I can't just sit there. You know what I mean? I'm not just going to forever sit there. I'm an artist. I'm not an art lover so much. I don't like to just look at it. I get involved. I create the stuff. Just like you see me here. I mean, with making TV. I don't turn on the TV to watch the news. I report the news. So that's how I am. I'm that way about everything. But yeah, sports. I love to play. I love to keep in shape. I love to exercise. I love all that stuff. Did you want to know what Peter-Appleseed will play? Yeah, I will play just about anything. I'll shoot hoops. I'll get it in the basket. Hockey, if I can find some ice. I'll do, of course, baseball. You know, I was raised on that. Bowling I'll do, which is like more like that scene in the bowling alley with beer and cigarettes and all that. But you know, I'd rather go with no smoking involved. Not too much anyhow. I also do a lot of fitness type of sports, which are not competitive team type of thing. I will play. Do you consider chess to be a sport? Because I'll do chess big time. You know, that's actually where you make the most money, folks. I mean, you can't be knocking it. These heroes out in the field and everything on these teams, they don't really make as much as good chess players. Chess players are very successful. Once they start winning, you get nice money. I'm gonna turn on the light for a second. It makes it a little bit more more background light. So the hurricane is what we need to talk about now. Let's do the weather. We did sports, now weather. This is the biggest hurricane ever recorded. So we're hearing a lot of hype today about it going into this weekend, and so tonight, depending on if you stay awake tonight, Friday night, October 23rd, going into October 24th, Saturday. This weekend is the 24th and the 25th. If you follow the news reports as they're coming out, you will probably find out what's happening. You will find out casualties. You'll find out landslides, rainfall, wind. They're gonna clock how much wind happens when the eye gets on shore, because that'll mean that the front wall of the hurricane is approximately halfway into the land, and then the winds come. Of course, it moves counterclockwise, and up at the top, which will be the northern half of it, it's going to be swinging in, and when that wind swings back out to sea, or over on the western side, when it's coming down clockwise, you know they can measure those winds, and that will blow things out into the ocean, and the other ones, it'll blow in a lot of rain. A lot of the rain of hurricanes in North America is usually on the eastern side. So, you know, figure out your areas, which way it's going. The biggest cities are going to be around Manzanilla. Manzanilla is a fairly large city, and they're right in the middle of that wall. It's just coming in, pulling moisture off of the ocean right now. And I guarantee you, the humidity is high. I guarantee you there's mist or rain, pelting rain, showers and storm right now as we're doing this. So we do care about people there, and especially children or injured people that are older that aren't as able to take care of themselves. So we're praying for them, just like we would pray for people in any disaster. But what does that mean, like on a spiritual basis? What's going to happen is going to happen, you know, because that's the way God, or I hate to say God, but it's Yahweh. Yahweh's making things happen in the world. Yahweh causes these, as they call them, acts of God when something happens, and that's the way He destroys whoever's going to get destroyed. It's sad but true. Let's face the reality, folks. I mean, how many times have you seen this happening? Every week there's something. It hasn't gotten me yet, but I have to pray for my own safety and the safety of the people around me, such as yourself and all the other people around us. our dependents, or our loved ones, our family, our friends, our associates, and our neighbors, all the people of the world. And if you're in a death-causing situation, if you're in a disaster, a very destructive event, you will be saying your prayers. So those of you out there that are watching, think about that when you get to your deathbed. How you've treated and thought about other people is how you're going to be dealt with. It's karma, because it will just return upon you. I just want the evil people to be punished, but it's not mine or anyone else's to decide specifically for everyone. That's why it's just going to be whatever fate's going to happen. You see, you're going to clean up the mess later. You take a look and see whose bodies are strewn around. By the way, I don't even know what to tell you to follow up with the Filipino disaster with the typhoon that came in there. Did you hear about it? If anything, how many people got killed? There was a lot of flooding, and that was like they had 2 or 3 major storms since last year, and that whole time period it's a lot. So I'm not going to eat any more of this, but we're just going to do a little station identification break from Joseph Farms. It's a semi-decent thing, but as far as the products go, I want to say the one I really like to see, that this insignia over here, it says no artificial hormones used. That's the RBST. There was a RBH, BH, GBH, or, I know the initials when I look at them, when I see it, and this one I'm just seeing it. That RBST was the R with the R small letter, so that's something, a scientific notation there, and BST. Then they got the little asterisk that says that, but the FDA has stated that there's no significant difference shown between the milk derived from cows treated with artificial hormones and those not treated with artificial hormones. Yeah, if you want to believe the FDA, that's a part of the USDA, by the way. FDA. If you want to believe them, you want to believe DEA, CIA, FBI, and Homeland Security. If you want to believe whatever they say, look, I don't blame them. They're in the career of lying. They're in the obligation to lie. If you were doing that job too, you would lie. It's just like an impossible job. And they have to realize, get yourself out of that box and be non-attached. Look back at what you're doing, folks, you people in these agencies, and say, well, yeah, I have to lie. It's my job. I have to lie. Do I have to lie? I don't have to lie. You know that I don't have to lie. I'm not bragging about it per se. I've always talked about that for the past 9+ years while I've been online. I just take it as my type of psyche, or my type of karma, that I don't do that kind of thing. I feel like I could have, but when I was given that choice or that opportunity, I changed my mind. I declined. I said, no, I don't want to do that. I don't want to. What does it say about the military? I don't want to go to foreign places, meet all kinds of exotic places, meet all kinds of foreign people and kill them. No, I want to go there as a tourist. Not that I'm, like I said, if Yahweh is going to judge people and they decide, I'm all for punishing the evil. I'm all for punishing the evil. I just want to get that right. I'm trying to be real here. I said, whenever you say you gotta go like this. Then that will stop you. If it comes out of you, it says and then all of a sudden every time I say, then you will fight yourself. You will wrestle with yourself to stop doing something. So like we teach people, like if the baby sucks their thumb, Then the other hand comes up, smack, and smacks the thumb right out. One hand has to wash the other. Watch your back. I'll watch your back if you watch my back. or wash your back. Wash or watch is best. You know, the same thing. You do it for each other. What is the next news story? Oh, we're going to talk about technology because the live stream, which I can't even do from this channel, I need a drink. Let's take a break. Let's take a drink break right now.
Don't show that.
I'm not. It doesn't say anything on this side, does it? I'll cover it. I already made this mistake. I put it on Facebook. Not that any of you here know that I have a Facebook. A Facebook. I have a YouTube. I have a MySpace. And it's all not grammatically correct to say that. I have a Twitter. What is a Twitter? What is that word? When I was growing up, I never thought I would twit. But I do twit now because I'm a Twitter.
Twit.
Oh God, I hear someone in the other room. I'm sorry, the studio's not that far over there. There's something going on. There's a gas chamber or some terrible situation happening. You probably can't hear it because the microphone's not that sensitive. But let's talk about the next issue, which is technology. They wanted me to download an encoder and this and that. I couldn't go on live from my other channel. And then they said, and I don't want to do that. I wasn't up for that today because I don't want to keep doing this stuff. I just want to do this, what I already know how to do. Why does YouTube make me learn things every few months and the stuff is useless learning? You know, it's just like push the buttons around to different places. That's all they ever do. I remember when they used to do this. This thing was what we're doing now. Back in the days, 7 or 8 years ago, it was called test tube. I should bring that whole thing up and show you what this test tube thing. It was this basically. They just changed the name. It was like, and they couldn't even stop changing it, the technology, and all right. That's enough of this story. Anyone want to talk about Putin? Putin? I just spit out some of the juice. Don't say Putin with your mouth full. We all know we heard about Putin, and he's taken over the world by storm, especially the Middle East, and you can't even get in edgewise to Syria anymore. What is Obama doing? Picking his bomb? Picking his big cherry bomb, or what? He's stuck a stick in his bomb right now. In his big bomb.
Obama?
No, there's no B. There's no B. It's just one B.
Oh.
Obama. Maybe he's Bam.
Oh, Bam.
Obama's from Alabama. Obama. I'm from Alabama. Who are you talking about?
Obama?
Sweet home Alabama. I'm from Bama. Anyone here from Alabama? Let's talk about all the states. Missouri, Missouri, Nebraska. I know people in Nebraska, and actually one of my friends from Nebraska, I just saw her on Facebook. She went to, I guess she got a house or something in Wyoming. They're pretty close together. They're adjacent. What about Montana? I was in prison with a guy named Montana. He was not Tony Montana, and he wasn't Hannah Montana, but he was from Montana, and he lives on a reservation. He says, "You want to come up there and we got some sovereignty or you know, our own jurisdiction. You can stay there forever, and no one can ever get you." Whatever. He's a Marine. This guy that I was celly with. He was a Marine for longer than anyone I've ever met, like over 30 years. This guy was very impressive, but he was starting to really get into some problems. And I said about this, and what did you do in the military? I found out all this stuff. And then there was another guy, and had the bullet shot. Wait, piece went through his
We have to
elbow.
turn this off.
What? What?
It's been 20 minutes.
Is there a time limit on this?
Yeah.
This plop? This device? This yeah.
This is mainly about.
This has been reporting. This has been reporting from the other side of the world, where you are not. And if you come here, we will report it. Eyewitness accounts. I just want to say I got one of these suckers, and that's a good product. I just got one because I had to, and it's 3 TBs, and I almost filled up the whole thing. That's more science and technology for you. Thanks for watching. We were going to talk about Fukushima, but you don't think we have time. Everyone needs to start panicking now because Fukushima is fuked up. You are going to get punished, you people that do that. And I will find a way to punish you. I will pray now and then I will punish you if it's mine to do. Be careful. You don't know who you're dealing with.